Hi, this is the Human Operating System time. This channel is for education and technology. So in the weekends, I have chat with a few of our Wing Chun friends who follow this channel. And so what I found out is that many of our friends, they see bit and piece there on the differences between the ancient Wing Chun 1850s and the 1960 version of Wing Chun, but they don't see the full picture. So today I'm going to share with you the differences between the 1850s Wing Chun or the ancient Wing Chun and 1960s Wing Chun. So you can see the big picture and the details clearly. Okay. Now, the 1850s Wing Chun I'm going to share with you is, of course, is based on the 1850s Shaolin Weng Chun, and also that creed can be further clarified with the Shaolin Short Strike Classic. That's in my book, The Resurrecting Wing Chun. Okay, so what we are talking here is based on evidence. We know the what, why, how. So there's no argument. It's not anybody's opinion. It is what it is. It is how it's designed for. Okay. Now, let's take 3 techniques as an example, so that you will see how this 1850s Wing Chun and 1960 Wing Chun difference. Okay. Let's take Tan Sao, Fok Sao, and Lap Sao. Okay, and actually the Tan Sao, Fok Sao, and Lap Sao is in like in my Resurrecting Wing Chun book. You can see how you can trace up to the Shaolin Short Strike Classic. Okay, so nobody can get away from that because we know now it can track. Okay, now 1960s Wing Chun is like, if somebody gives you a strike, you want to go for a center line, you do a tan ta, you stand about this distance away. Okay, you do a tan ta, or you can do closer, but that is the idea. Okay, tan ta with some, you have some forward pressure to the center line, your punch, your weight behind here, and you have distance away. Well, that's how it is. Now, the 1850s Wing Chun is doing this. Okay? So, the body fill in. The weight is at front and the knee is striking at the opponent's legs. And the tan is actually what do you call it? A pick or a lift. Okay, a pick or a lift, a retract pick or a lift, and the body get in, and this is the tan ta. Okay, so again, 1960s Wing Chun, weight behind here, you don't go close. There's a gap here. Your legs stay here, and this is a Tan Sao here. You have some forward pressure. You punch here. Okay, or you can go closer like that. Okay, but the 1850s Wing Chun is when people do when the opponent do a strike, one always get in from an angle, no longer this angle, but this angle, with the knee striking him under there. The body move in while the hand, the tan, is actually a lift, pick, retract while this strike. This is the 1850s tan ta. Okay? Now, for Fok Sao, okay? Or for Fok Sao, you can do Fok, the same thing. You can do the Fok and strike. Okay, Fok and strike this way, where your body is weight in the back leg, Fok and strike this way. This leg is, you can put this way or this way. in front this way. Okay? This is the 1960s. Now this folk is doing pressure and so forth, different stuff. Now, for the 1850, it's always the same. The arm retract, knee striking, the body fill in, strike this way. Okay? And always it doesn't come here or forward pressure or what, compete for the center line. No, it always going an angle in. That is the 1850s Wing Chun. Now, for the Lap Sao, 1960, you always pull him and strike him. He's punching you, you pull him and strike him. Okay? Now, again, all the 1960s, you see that the weight is either at the back, okay, or shifting sideways, and you stay a distance. This leg is out here, okay, and then there's a room here, and then you lap him, pull, and then distract. Now the 1850s is the same thing. Go in with the angle. When you do the lap, actually you move in, and you strike, your body fill in. Okay. Now we need to know a concept of ancient Chinese, which is today's judo, jiu-jitsu. Take it. The soft art is always move in when they execute their techniques. They don't do pull like this. Okay? So a lap sao pull like this is not a soft way, because you kind of how to say that, competing force with your opponent. Pull him like this. Okay? Now, for the Wing Chun 1850 or Shaolin sword strike, the same. When you pull him, you actually get in. Leg strike, body fill in, strike him. Okay? That's called soft. Same thing, your tan, you lift, pick him, get in, strike him. Same thing, the folk sao, you folk, you get in. Okay? So the body is retract and get in. Okay, the arm is retracting and get in. Not pulling your hand out there. Okay? So tan, you retract, you in. Folk, you retract, you in. Lap, you retract, you in. Okay, you pull, you in. Now, this is how the 1850s, and this is written clearly, like this lap sao, clearly in the Shaolin Sword Strike Classic, how one must perform this. And the angle coming in also is written clearly in the Shaolin Sword Strike. If I go like that, forward pressure or whatever, I'm against him. That is not soft art. Soft art is I don't against him. I have to feel in. This thing has to be striking him. Okay? So that's how it is. Now, actually, this details is in my book, Basic Wing Chun, Beginning Wing Chun, and the Wing Chun Matrix. In the coming Resurrecting Wing Chun will show you the entire thing from General Qi Ji Guang, Shaolin Sword Strike, 1850s Wing Chun. How you see that, how the ancient writing can clarify what is the more close to today's writing, meaning that you can see Qi Ji Guang stuff in the Shaolin Sword Strike Classic, and you can see it, the Shaolin Sword Strike Classic from the 1850s Shaolin Tao Kit. That's how you define it. That's how Chinese define it. It is not up for discussion, not up for opinion. They define it clearly. Okay? So, now you see that 1960s Wing Chun do not fill in. 1960s Wing Chun do not go with the angle in and attack with the knee. 1960 Wing Chun do not retract their arm and in. Okay? So a secret I'd like to share with you. Why do we retract your arm? Well, because if you retract your arm, you actually recoil your shoulder blade ready for another strike. If your shoulder blade is not recoiled, you cannot strike. You cannot strike this way. You always have to recoil your shoulder blade to get the power. But if you put like this and you try to recoil before you strike, you're too late. So in Wing Chun 1850s and the Shaolin short strike operating systems always recoil one side, one strike one side. So always recoil and strike, always recoil and strike. So every time you can go boom, 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 machine gun the thing. Okay? And the angle is very important. Otherwise you crush with it. That's no longer soft. That's why in Judo, in Jiu-Jitsu, you don't crush in. You find an angle in. And you get close there. Your body get close. Okay? That is called short strike, that is called soft. You want more details, understanding, go, you can get my book, the Beginning Wing Chun and the Wing Chun Matrix. Okay? So this is what is the reality, the facts. And from here, you know that Wing Chun 1960 is a different art. Practically, the lower part of body operations is different. The angling is different. The body close to the positions to the body, the range is different. Okay. So even though it is Panda, it is Fokda, or it is the Lapda, the hand, the name is the same, but the execution, the content, the details, the concept is completely different now. It is extremely critical to know the difference between the angle going in and field in, and leg have to strike in. So, for example, if somebody attack me, if I don't go in and manage his leg, the opponent's leg, yes, this is called managing the opponent's leg in Shaolin short strike. Okay, called 管脚. You always have to manage his leg, because if I doing whatever techniques here without managing his leg, he's going to come back with me. Okay? So even if I want to do something or throw or whatever, I don't want to stand here without managing his leg and try to do a throw or what. Because as soon as I turn my body like that, our grapple friend will go back to my back and lock me up. Attack me from my back. So for the short strike art is you prevent that by when you get in, you smash his lower part of the body first. Now he get a problem, try to keep his balance and so forth. While you attack him, you want to throw him, you're already here, behind here, because his leg is there already. He cannot turn his back to your back. He cannot get your back. And of course, short strike Shaolin is always both hands is front like this, and with one hand recoil. So there is Shaolin short strike, common denominator, which is the 1850s Wing Chun's using. Very different from today's. Okay. So again, I'm not saying that the 1850 is more authentic. The 1960s is not authentic. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that this is evolution. We need to know technically what is going on. What I'm telling you here is technical. It's not to promote that who is more authentic, who is grandmaster, who is the best lineage. It's more important to re-evoke the techniques than to argue about who is the grandmaster and all this and that. And from this today, you can see that there's no such thing as the Qi, Tai Chi, Jing, those internal stuff. What internal? If you don't have this, satisfy this with crack arm, get in, attack, or manage the leg, fill in, strike from here. That's not Wing Chun. 1850. That's not ancient Wing Chun. So when many people say, well, you add Tai Chi, and you add this Qi and Jing, and my speculation that the ancient Tai Chi or internal, forget about it. You need to know this thing. And again, you can see this is not Mei Si Zhuang, this is not White Crane Fujian, this is not Shaolin Sword Strike. None of them have this type of technology or this uniqueness. And also, the wooden dummy of 1960 is not able to be used for this kind of techniques because I have to go in every time, I have to go behind. And I have to crush him. The today's 1960s wooden dummy practically cannot be used to train this type of stuff. So it is better to have this type of today's MMA tools to practice the techniques or the momentum or the managing or leg of something of the 1850s instead of the wooden dummy. So wooden dummy 1960 is 1960 wooden dummy. So again, with this, let's stop to saying that, oh, this dummy is from Weng Chun, blah, blah, blah. Well, sorry, I'm not practice Shaolin Weng Chun. I'm practice ancient Wing Chun, which is black and white from Shaolin Sword Strike. Okay? Again, I'm not saying that Weng Chun is superior, inferior. I'm saying that this is a different stuff. If we are using the iOS phone from Apple, it is not the Google Android phone. So let's not mess up the thing and then screw the entire world up. And who gets screwed? Wing Chun gets screwed, Wing Chuners get screwed. And all this talk, all this thing, you're just wasting people's life. So I share with you this 1960 and 1850s. You are free to practice what you like. You can say, well, you know, I want to get this 1960s Wing Chun, so I can do this, say, lap sao, and then strike, lap da, and then, oh, because I have the weight behind, I can kick. Well, you can do whatever you want. I'm just saying that, what is the difference?